Oh, right. It's September 13th. Yes, Friday the 13th. And that's why I had to dress for it. Wearing my Skeleton Army shirt, which I just thought was appropriate. But also, what's on my mind right now is I've been binging because dealing with long COVID and the stupid chronic fatigue. I'm unfortunately a lot of time having to lay down and rest, and the only thing I can do without making a spell worse is watch TV. I know it's the most boring life in the world, but while I'm doing it, I gotta find something to make it less boring. And one of those things is this show. It's called Regular Show, and I was like looking for stuff to watch. And it's a show that I actually was watching randomly when I was going to the gym and treadmill, and it would just be whatever if I was happened to be on the right schedule of Cartoon Network and being on the treadmill at the right time. But also, then like 2020 happened, and then things got all broken and patterns and habits and all that. But the other thing was I found this show, Close Enough, and it's made by the same creator, J.G. Quintel. Quintel? We're going to go with Quintel. But I really loved it. It, of course, in normal HBO Max fashion with the Zaslav era of Warner Brothers Discovery, got the axe, and unfortunately. But it was really good. And then when I'm looking for something to watch, I'm like, what else did he work on? And it turned out, Regular Show. Right? And I'm on the 4th season, and holy crap, this show is great. It's... I just watched an episode where Muscle Man was flexing his pec so much he started growing, and it's so bizarre but relatable. Also, Skip's voiced by Mark Hamill. Yes, that Mark Hamill. Pops with the old-timey Rigby and Mordecai are the main that you see here. It is so... something always goes wrong, but it goes wrong in the most epic way, it seems like. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm on the 4th season, so I think I'm past the halfway mark. But the other thing I was thinking, let's go touch on some of my favorite Cartoon Network cartoons. Because otherwise, if I talked about the other stuff, it would include Bee and Puppy Cat and what else we got, Simpsons and Batman Animated Series, but we're going to stick to Cartoon Network cartoons. We're going to stick to Cartoon Network. Though you should go watch Be a Puppy Cat. I fucking love Be a Puppy Cat. But yeah, so let's go right into and I'm going to try. I guess I'm going to just do chronological. That's what I decided on. But of course, there's Dexter's Laboratory. I don't know. I just want to pronounce it Laboratory. That show was made me Laboratory, whatever. And Dee Dee and. And my mom always got a kick out of it because her name is Dee Dee. So, other than Dee Dee's the most. Anyway, moving on. Though, of course, you can't have a list of the best Cartoon Network shows without hitting on Powerpuff Girls. That was such a fun show. I didn't watch the reboot though, so I don't know how it did. I know they changed the voice cast, but the original cast is awesome, and some of all three of them made a cameo in a certain cosmic kid show made by the same creator and the same hair colors. Anyways, you might want to go watch that show too. It was actually pretty decent. But then, of course, most fucked up. I don't know how this is a kid show. I think a lot of you people out there can tell if you've watched any of Courage Carter. It is one of the most screwed up cartoons I think I've ever watched, and even as a kid, it was so screwed up. But it's also so really good and stands out, and so I had to put it on this list. And then we move, of course, to Samurai Jack, because you've got to. How can you not love Samurai Jack? From the theme song to just the art style to there was so much good and awesome in it, and it was cool that they got to go back in a much more bloody, violent final season on Adult Swim. They actually got to go and finish it, and it was just like, this is awesome. And yeah, when Phil Lamar's best roles, favorite roles, he's done a lot. He's a good Martian Manhunter, and he's a lot of good roles. So maybe not single it out in this episode. But then, yeah, of course, another you can tell maybe there's some creators that I really like that have done a lot of Cartoon Network shows. This Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends was amazing. The song is immediately in my head already, just by looking at it. But it was so much fun. I watched that one all the way to the finale, and it was just fun and a blast. And yeah, and then the underappreciated, super underappreciated, though it was sent to die because, excuse me, Megas XLR was put on Sunday nights right before the evening stuff, so it was sent to die. And that's a shame, because it was freaking good. Coop there, they had, the premise is there was a giant robot in a space battle far, far away. They're controlled by the top of the head, and it was sent through a portal and fell to Earth, and Coop found it in the, not dumpster, in the landfill area. And so... He was told he could get anything out of it, so then he put his car on it and got it to work with his video game skills. And then, yeah, it's so awesome. If you've not watched Megas XLR, this is your encouragement. I don't know. I'm sure even before the Zaslav era, I think it was kind of thrown into obscurity and hard to find. But if you can find ways to watch it, highly recommend. Of course, we can't go without mentioning The Grim Adventure, the Billy and Mandy, like. So good. So good. And yeah, so much as that. The voice of Raven that played Mandy. Which, by the way, I'm not putting DC stuff in here, even though I guess Teen Titans Go is definitely one of the best. That was exclusive, right? In Teen Titans specifically. But yeah. That goes in the whole Batman animated series thing. All of that stuff is so good. Batman animated series, Justice League Unlimited, Superman animated series, all that stuff. Highly. Anyways, we're going off on a tangent. But yeah, Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy is just odd and fun. And, suited for this Friday the 13th theme. If you're going to watch Cartoon Network cartoon, that might be a good... or Courage, really. Got a couple more here, though, because you can't go without mentioning Adventure Time. It is one of the best. It was one of the most creative. I enjoy it as an adult. Well, I enjoy all the adult. But also, there's like deeper meanings in a lot of the stuff, though, that are more adult. It's just so creative, and also this ending is kind of sad. And there were some of those specials at the foot. And of course, we can't go without mentioning, if I can get it here to switch on me. There we go. This one, Fiona and Cake, which actually is a continuation of it. You gotta watch to find out. But yes, it is. Actually, I think it's. I want to say it's better, but it's in a way, I appreciate it more. And I think there's a second season, so I really want to see a second season. Fiona and Cake, but both these shows, definitely Cartoon Network shows of just fucking brilliance, and can't go without mentioning those. And then, of course, most recently, Craig of the Creek, because first off, you can't go without mentioning a show that has pretty much a ska music underneath it, soundtrack and score, the mighty Jeff Rosenstock making the music on there. But also, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of also imagination and the amount of different things that they've managed to let imagination and kids do in this creek, and epic battles and crazy. I know that the bridge, and you should go watch it. It's unfortunately also seems to be getting the death knell from the Zaslav, which is a bummer. But yeah, Craig of the Creek, can't highly recommend it more. Regardless, I highly recommend it. Let's go with that. But yeah, Craig of the Creek, amazing. So a bunch of us. Cartoon Network has brought a lot of good memories, and I gotta appreciate them. And we're gonna get back to regular show after this, even after recording this, because I'm having fun. So I'm glad I went back and watched it. But I guess that's all I got. Oh, and we can touch on last week. I should have mentioned these before. Amazingness. But Oh, my brain was worse last week. Thankfully, it's not this week, and I got shows to tell you about that are concert shows, not just regular shows. So let's go. Yes, welcome to another episode of Every Show Joe Says Go. I swear, my brain has less brain fog this week. Where I'm at least recommending shows that I think are awesome and you love, including cartoon shows. Oh, here we go. Babu. Another one if we were to go outside of the cartoon network. But yeah, where I'm recommending concerts and concert shows that you would probably enjoy, because I think there's at least one or more amazing artist, amazing musician that you should go check out and you'll enjoy. So throw that out there. Of course, where I also still recommend masking at the indoor ones as a caution, trying to lower your risk as we're seeing our summer wave. And yes, it's a regular occurrence. Go look at the freaking data if you're something conspiracy theorist on it. Yes, it does not act like some of the more common viruses you know. It's so frustrating. If you could tell, I'm frustrated that people are doing this. But, anyways, regardless, do what you can. Let's take caution. Let's be protective of one another and yourself by wearing a mask indoors at these shows. It also helps make spaces more welcoming to compromised friends. Also helps with touring artists have a lower risk catching something while they're on the road and having to cancel or postpone, because touring is already more expensive and harder to do, and anything that might take away a chance to make some money on the road will be devastating to a lot of our mid-sized to smaller touring friends. So yeah, do what you can to lower the risk and make the spaces just more welcoming and inclusive, and avoid long COVID, which has been such a frustrating thing. Which the good news is we're down from 7.7 to 5% according to CDC, so still millions of people, including myself, but at least it looks like long symptoms are starting to decrease. I hope no one wants to deal with this shit. This sucks. Anyways, speaking of not sucking, of course, be sure to like this wherever you're watching it, assuming you don't think this sucks, but also hopefully that you like it. Be sure to like it wherever you're watching it: Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Threads. We're not going to use the streaming site I was thinking of, Blue Sky, all that stuff. Where you can find me as Every Show Joe on all social media, and I'll try to post this wherever I can, even Patreon, because I don't get ad revenue on YouTube right now because I don't have enough subscribers. So also, which is free. Get notification when this content or anything else goes live. So I'd like a button like right over here. But the other thing is I have a Patreon. Patreon.com/Every Show Joe. You can go over to Patreon.com/Every Show Joe. And even $1 a month helps me out. $5 a month. It's like buying me water, a soda, a beer at a mid to small size venue. Since we know those Live Nation venues are just like $14, $20 for just this like tiny 32-ounce water. But yeah, it helps me out by going over there, and it helps me out with equipment, helps me out with this, website hosting. It helps me out when I am able to get out to shows, like one that I'm hoping to get to on Wednesday. We're crossing fingers. I did get vaccinated, and as you can see, that's the other thing. We're good on that. I'm still so far experiencing my regular chronic fatigue, so it didn't seem to do that, but at least got my additional immunity for the newer variants. So, again, making my chances hopefully higher for getting into this show that I'll touch on when we get there. But yeah, thank you everyone that does support me though on patreon.com/Every Show Joe. The other thing you can do for free is go to everyshowjoe.com, which I did not queue up this week, but you can check out stuff like my reflections on 2 years of long COVID. It also has all my photography of concerts. Some of my favorite nature shots are there in the portfolio section. that I've taken. And also words. Words go with a lot of the concert photos of why I think those bands fucking rule. So go see why. Go see some of my favorite shows, some of the ones I've been able to get out to over the years when I'm not dealing with this stupid chronic fatigue. And yeah, that's all on everyshowjo.com. Of course, the other thing I mentioned is there's that store link in the bar that you can get an Every Show Joe shirt and, grab that and, support. Wearing it around and also supports me financially. But yeah, I'll get that out, shipped to you. You just go over there and order it. Anyways, I think that's all I got for housekeeping. Of course, what you're listening to underneath this week's episode is off the brand new Vicky Vicious and the Steens EP. The song is their opener, Tidal Wave. I'm trying to figure out what the... when, I don't plan my intros with the music in mind, and then realizing I was going to talk about cartoons. No, I did swear. It started to make me think maybe we'll try to figure out the right song off this album to put underneath. So that's what you're hearing now. They got their album released, and we'll get to that here in a second. But of course, every week I like to just my regular belief, my regular views on the world, and just society, and is pretty much just fuck racism, fuck sexism, fuck homophobia and transphobia, fuck all this fucking hateful bullshit that we're seeing even this fucking week, as our fucking idiot of a former president that I don't know how the fuck he even won. Fucking made one of those racist remarks during that debate about Haitians, and now that his fucking horrible followers are voting in bomb threats elementary school kids and stuff. It's so fuck that. Just putting it out there. We can do better than that. We don't need that in our office here. Definitely not in the highest office in the country. So just putting that out there. But yeah, in line with all this stuff. Of course, also on everyshowjo.com/get involved. I got ways that we can fight this stuff. Bring more positivity. Let's make the world a better place. And it includes, of course, Abortion Fund of Arizona, where it's great not just for helping with reproductive choice and trying to figure that out. It actually is a really good information source. Of course, there's also Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, Put Her in Action. Those are great organizations that are doing things, being proactive. There's stuff on most, maybe all these websites actually, probably find most of them, the ways to be proactive, get involved, but they're there trying to break down systems with racism built in. They're trying to take them down and build something in their place that is better and removes the systematic racism. So, perfect. RAIN, link on there, 1 in 10 helping our LGBTQIA youth, Transcore Pueblo helping migrant and undocumented transgender, ACLU I have linked on there. We have Stop Hate. We've got First Nations of the Word. And of course Feed Phoenix, formerly known as the Sidewalk Project Phoenix. They are now called Feed Phoenix. The link is on there. And they're helping with their homeless here in Phoenix and against self-harm. And of course a link to Punk Rock Saves Lives is intertwined in helping in our punk scene with mental health and all. So that's super cool. And speaking of helping with our punk scene and being super cool, of course, the best way to support your favorite musicians, if you watch this, you definitely know, is just go buy the merch. Go buy the shirts, buy the CDs, buy the vinyls, go buy just their digital album on Bandcamp. Just go support them in any way. Buy the skate deck. It's not really hoodie weather, but go buy the hoodies if you feel like it, and then you can at least wear it for 2 months. At least in the city. All that kind of stuff. Go to their merch booths, go to their direct band websites and their direct stores and support them that way. That's the best way to support, that they get the most money out of it. Of course, also they're out there, NEVA, the National Independent Venue Association, who are representing your favorite independent venues. They have an emergency fund. They're also lobbying for their interests in our current system of government. And they also just announced a program where they're going to be marking, official independent venues in a way. So go check that out. But yeah, and then of course the most fun way, the way that I miss dearly and wish I didn't feel like shit after like 3 bands on a good night. It triggers a chronic fatigue spell for anyone who's still curious. But yeah, is going out to the venues, supporting your favorite venues directly, going seeing your favorite bands directly, singing those lyrics back at them. Like, it's such an experience and something that nothing like it. And I fucking love it. And I like to help you guys find a way to get out to some of these shows. So of course, let's get right into it tonight, Friday the 13th. We have something more spooky be like pop up. Just editing Jason Voorhees' face. I'm like looking for. Oh, we've got these. Yeah, I've got my Scooby and Shaggy. That's. Maybe not. But regardless, we'll move into the shows starting tonight. And this looks like a lineup change when I was looking at Ringfinger No Pinky now headlining over at Chopper John's with Carol Pacey and the Honey Shakers, with Jaffy's Ascent, with Fat Grey Cat, Chopper John's, 8 p.m. You also got the return of Phoenix's own Upsaw playing with Connor Burns, Zoe Co. at the Rebel Lounge, 8 p.m. And yes, we're going to, I think this is what's called. Delicious H2O, right? Alright, moving on though. We got the Red Pears back in town with Ultra Q, with the High Curbs over Crescent Ballroom, 8 p.m. And they're amazing burritos that I always mention. And tacos. We also got one where apparently green jelly dropped off. But we got Show Me God, I Don't Conform, and 10 Ply over 4-4 Mesa, 7 p.m. We got Dorson with JTM 3 at the MIM, 7:30 p.m. And Skylar Lutz with OG Clinto and the Conveyors over Yucca Tap, 8 p.m. Got Slice Limes with Ghost Moon Chambers, Last Exit Live, 8 p.m. Old Knives, Amazing Exploding, and Room Trees off Fa Cow, 7:30 p.m. So a lot of these places have really good food. Of course, Fawn Cow has it in its name, Fa. Of course, we'll also mention the tacos and various other things that Yucca are really good. We also got... My brain is spacing all of a sudden on... It's not pulling it back quick enough, so we're going to... But there's an awesome person that took over the kitchen over at Yucca Tap, and that is not in my brain right now. So, just going to put that there. Of course, I mentioned Fallout, we got TV Messages and Super Drive with Analog Monsters and Lady Cactus over at the Now Coffee Shop, 7 p.m. Halfway to St. Patrick's Day with Swain over Fibber McGee's Irish Pub, 8 p.m. Manic Monkeys Duo at the Extreme Bean Live, 6 to 9 p.m. Sophia Rankin, this one down in Tucson. Sophia Rankin and the Sound with Orcadia Desert Child at 191 Tool down there, 8 p.m. And another one for you guys if you're already down there or want to drive down there for an awesome show. Got Arsenic Kitchen with Held Out, Something Outrageous, Apex Nemesis, Rat Trap, and Coalescent at the Rock down in Tucson, 8 p.m. So yeah, it's a busy Friday, which might explain why Saturday just seems light, at least for my music taste. Because I know music tastes are, well, as different as you and me. We all have differences and similarities. Yeah, that's what makes us cool. Of course, Saturday, this is where the Vicky Vicious and the Stains EP release party is, with Spicy Mayo, with Afterbirth Cartoons, with So Happy, Ground Zero Studios, where no glass, no weapons, 6 p.m. start, so an earlier start for you too, so you might actually have a normal bedtime, and you get to watch an awesome punk show. So awesome for that. And then we got another release show. This one is for Funerale's single release show, with Dutch Holly, Coyotes on Peyote, put that on the list of really good band names, and Crimson Butterfly at MySpace Phoenix, 7 p.m. Yes, it's a new DIY space called MySpace. Yeah, I now realize how that rings off. Yeah, anyways, really cool. Check out their Instagram. That's the only place I've seen them that I can think of. But yeah, really cool. So, and also, of course, up here in Phoenix, we got Arsenic Kitchen now playing with Held Out, with Rat Trap, Coalescent, Devil's Back, and Apex Nemesis over at the Starlight Lounge, 7 p.m. Something for you Westsiders. And then a really cool one with another returning local celebrity. At this point, she's a celebrity. Cindy Sprague and Super American doing their tour with Summer Brews, and our local Troubled Minds is on there, Valley Bar, 7:30 p.m. Yeah, I got another show on here, but if you go to one show on Sunday, I probably would say go to this one. Super American is awesome. I saw them What was it? It was Mulligan something. It was Sincere Engineer, Hot Mulligan, Super American, and there was a fourth band. Oh, Prince Addy and the Hyenas. I think we got it. Team brain fog be damned. We can remember stuff, right? Yeah. So there we go. And then, of course, the other one to mention, of course, is Black Sabbath celebrating. I think it was their 10th anniversary of food-related covers of Black Sabbath. How about that? With Descartes La Cante and Flumix over at Crescent Ballroom, 8 p.m. And there you can get food and watch Black Sabbath. Isn't it just like work? It's complimentary. Then Monday, another one that I wish I could feel better already. We got Apes of the State with Sister Wife, Sex Strike, plus Ash Bricky at the Nile Underground, 7 p.m. That's going to be a fucking banger. We also got Soul and Gin with Significant Others, Joey Gutos, Valley Bar, 8 p.m. We've got, on Tuesday, we got Peter Hook and The Light performing both Substance albums by Joy Division and New Order live at the Van Buren, 8 p.m. That's why that's on here. We got Cameron Young with Hyperbella, Uptown, Sundown, Valley Bar, 7 p.m. We got Wilt with Bethany Home, Sapphire, Nile Underground, 7 p.m. We got Jim Ward with Nate Bergman, Joan of Arkansas, The Cause of Depression, over at the Nile Coffee Shop, 7 p.m. And, the cause of depression and drinking, an upper, like coffee, just cancels each other out, right? Don't take that as healthy. But yeah, 7 p.m. And then one for you down in Tucson with at least one familiar name from Phoenix. We got Bikini Trill with Danny T. You might know, he's been out on tour with a certain cover band of Sublime stuff. Oh, Badfish, but also he was in Captain Squeegee or the Continuing. They announced they were continuing, but I haven't seen any new stuff. But if it's happening, I'm super, super stoked. I'll keep my faith alive. Also, we got Baja Caravan on that show at Club Congress down in Tucson, 8 p.m. Wednesday, this is the one. I've got a ticket. I don't like sitting at shows, but it's got a seat. I hope I can do this. I can light rail it, so take the driving part out of it. But yeah, we've got Green Day. They've returned to the Valley of the Sun, celebrating Don't Feel Old. You're going to feel old. The 20th anniversary of American Idiot and the 30th anniversary of Dookie. And for it, they're going to be playing both albums in their entirety at this show with, of course, Smashing Pumpkins, Rancid, and my first time, if I can get there in time, the Linda Lindas, which is fucking awesome. This is all at Chase Field, 5:30 p.m. If it's too hot, you probably should keep the roof closed. I'm just going to put that out there. Don't have the roof open. It's going to probably be too warm for that. I prefer air conditioning. Anyways, but yeah, 5:30 p.m. It's an early start, so plan ahead. Then, of course, there's other stuff, especially if you have more energy or no chronic fatigue. You could probably do both of these. You got the Stews with New Chums and Marloma at the Rebel Lounge, 8 p.m. And we got Bikini Trail up here with Danny T and Chris Bone live over at Last Exit Live right down the street from Chasefield. So there you go. 6:30 p.m. though, so it's an earlier start too. So you might not be able to do that one. Doing concert math in my head right now. And then Thursday, I got one for you. We got Bad Cactus Brass Band with Goldblack's Revival. What If Robots over at the Rebel Lounge, 7 p.m. We also then move into Friday where, it's nothing like tonight, Friday. We got Rattles, but it's still some really good shows. Just put that out there. I'm not trying to undermine this. This is some really good shows. We got Rattlesnake Suitcase with Jaffe's Ascent, Elephant Gun, and Secrets of the Lost Empire. You got the Tap Room, 8 p.m. And Johnny's Ascent's playing a bit lately. Awesomeness. We've got Camilla Road, Psychedelephants, and Granite Rhino. I guess they're different than Granite Rhino? They're both minerals. Ooh. No, I need to look into this, who this Granite Rhino is. But yeah, they're at the Dark Side, 8 p.m. We got AJ Ordneal with Kylo Gunn, Jenica Tamler, and Dry Lightning over at the Easy Tiger Bar, 7 p.m. We got Strawberry Girls with Post NC, Mattstagram, which Mattstagram is another one of my favorite, Arizona locals. Over at Club Congress, Tucson, 7:30 p.m. Got to Rise Roots with the Irie, with Local Honey at the Eka North up there in Flagstaff. So if you're looking for escape for at least cooler temps, as we're slightly cooling down, supposedly we go in the forecast. But yeah, so there you go. There's some awesomeness. And yeah, hopefully you guys have fun. Hopefully you enjoy what you're doing out there. And share the bands. Appreciate the artists. Appreciate when you share it. Spread the word that you fucking love them. Be safe, of course. Get a Lyft, rideshare, Uber, Waymo, or get a designated driver. You know, that's also an option. Yeah, so might see some people at Green Day. I know there's a lot of people that will be there, like thousands, something like that. But, you know, awesome stuff. Regardless, I'm hoping to make it. That'll be the first time I've seen them in also 20 years, I think. But yeah, until next week, guys. Let's see. Oop, we gotta get this. There we go. Now we can do this. Until next week, guys. Take care.